Welcome back on the AM show. It's time now for the big stories. Earlier this morning, I told you that striking labor unions say they are not returning to work despite a meeting with the Finance Ministry. So the Senior Staff Association, Federation of University Senior Staff, and Teachers and Educational Workers Unions are asking for better conditions of service and payment of their Tier 2 pensions. I've been joined by Isaac Donko, who's with the Senior Staff Association, who are currently on strike, for a conversation. Mr. Isaac, if you can hear me, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on the show this morning.
It's a pleasure. It's mine. Good morning.
Hello, Mr. Donko.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What were some of the outcomes? What was the outcome from the meeting you had with the Finance Ministry yesterday?
Yeah, the meeting was very short and straightforward. We went there asking for our Tier 2 pension, and the ministry was also ready to pay. They accepted that they are in default of payment for some time now, so they are committed to pay. And before we got there, they've already made a 3-month payment. So they promised to pay. Was they also pleaded that we should take steps to call off our strike. This is what transpired at the meeting.
The Labour Commission is saying that the strike is uncalled for. What I'm curious about is, since you gave out the ultimatum, did they reach out to you? What was the conversation before? Right now that you're on strike, they are saying that your actions are unjustified. Did you have any interaction with the Labour Commission prior to starting your strike yesterday?
My sister, the line went off. If you can repeat what you said.
Okay. So the Labour Commission is saying that your action, your strike action, is unjustified and uncalled for. Was there any conversation, interaction between you two during your ultimatum to the government and now that you're on strike, before them classifying your action as unjustified? What was the communication between you two?
Are they making reference to senior staff or other labor unions?
All of it, all the unions currently on strike.
Senior staff, they are now disappointed in Labour Commission, because this case is not a new case before the Commission. It started the struggle last year, somewhere August. The case was before them. They gave government 1 month, 30 days to respond. They said there is no response to the Labour Commission. The last time we went to the Labour Commission, that was last week, Wednesday. I asked them the same question, that the case has been there. There has been directive that government should respond. Can we have the response from the Commission? And I was attacked for asking that question, that I can't ask that question to the Commission. If I ask that question, I should ask government team. Why you give the directive and the people did not comply with the directive? Then someone else again, I will ask the question, or I ask the question, and you were heckling me. You didn't allow me to talk, and now they're saying that it is uncalled for. We are disappointed in the National Labour Commission, seriously, because this is not a new case. And the Commission is aware that government has defaulted. And the Commission knows the position of the Pensions Act, that when you do the deduction, within 14 days after each month, you have to remit the money or whatever, you give the money to the farmer needed. All these things are enshrined in the Labour Act. They are aware. They are there in the Pensions Act. They are aware. Yet they are saying our strike is uncalled for. I'm disappointed. Very, very disappointed. They should come back again. This is unacceptable anywhere. If they want to be a tool for government, then they should go ahead and do. But if they want to be mediated, then they should do their work and do it with fairness.
So at this point, what would it take for you to pick up your tools again?
Well, yesterday when we made few proposals to government. They accepted our proposal in good faith.
What was in the proposal? What did you propose to them?
It wasn't anything difficult that government cannot handle. So we want to keep the proposal to our chest because they promised they are going to get back to us very, very soon. So we are waiting.
Mr. Donko, that might be a bit unfair to the public because your strike action is affecting everyone. So we want to know what you're proposing to government so that we are also in the know and we can follow and see what the updates will be if they respond to you accordingly. So you don't have to give us the exact details, but you can, give me a summary of what was in the proposal.
It wasn't anything difficult, anything secret. Our proposal is simple. They should go ahead and say, that is it. That's the proposal.
And their response to this was?
Oh, they said they will do their best to pay. So we are waiting.
If the government does not give you any favorable response in the course of this month, are you still going to remain on strike? Is this something that is going to be, you're going to be on strike till you get a response from government?
Now, looking at the posture of that today, I think they are committed. I think we are going to see their actions either today or Monday. I'm very positive that they are committed because, as I told you earlier, when you got 3 months has been paid, so I know they can do something. I don't think you get from the end of the month. I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm sure by Monday, this thing will be a thing of the past.
Mr. Donko, the Senior Staff Association started the strike action about 3 weeks ago, and now other unions, educational unions like TEWU, have joined. There are concerns that our educational sector, the students are the ones suffering. It's like when two elephants fighting is the ground that's suffering. How do you feel about the current situation that could affect the academic schedule of our students?
Yes, it's unfortunate that these things are happening at the beginning of the year. It's very unfortunate that the students who are innocent are the ones suffering. But the students who are our children, we are the people taking care of the children, the students. So if the parent is not having money, if you don't have money as a parent, how can you send your child to school? As I'm talking to you now, we have pensioners who have been on pension for the past 3 to 4 years, and their lump sum is yet to come because of these activities by government. And those pensioners have their children in school. And you know the cost of school fees in Ghana, accommodation, the lesser the better. You go to university and you want to rent, it is almost 10,000 Ghana cedis. So if the parent is not having money, you can't even take care of the child. So we are the ones affected in the society. We are sorry for the children, but very soon, I think, the end will come.
I know this is not the first time that you're going on strike or embarking on such an industrial action. In the past, have you had positive responses in the shortest possible time? And do you think that this time would be any different?
Yes, I will continue to make reference to yesterday's engagement.
Okay.
Looking at government posture, I think we are gradually getting to the end of this issue.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, please, thank you, but hold for me. Let me go to Mr. Ofosu Asamoah, who is the Executive Secretary of the National Labour Commission. Mr. Ofosu Asamoah, if you can hear me, what has a meeting revealed for you so far?
Well, I am told we have gone by in the meeting with the Ministry and the Ministry of Education. Of course, as a committee, we are interested in one thing, that is our directors giving to them, and we give them to court if we have that is.
I'm not sure what if you were following, but Mr. Ofosu Dankwa was saying that your reaction to their strike action, calling it uncalled for and unjustified, would be unfair because this is not something on your plate. How do you respond to that?
You mean that my decision on the strike is unfair?
Say again?
I will see my discussion of the strike.
Mr. Isaac Donko, the national chairman of the Senior Staff Association, who is still on the line, was saying that your reaction to the strike action, calling it unjustified and uncalled for, is unfair And I'm asking, how do you respond to that?
Well, I don't respond to it. That is his statement. But he knows as the law. He knows that Labor Commission is the place to fix industrial injustice. That is what he and his group applied for in the commission when they had problems with the Ministry of Finance, expecting that Labor Commission, after going into it, will give a directive so that what he wants will be done, which we have accordingly done. That is why some of their concerns raised by bit of allowances and so on. This engagement which they are currently having with the Ministry of Finance, which hasn't yet been on the press, is as a result of the directive given by the National Department. And in the same way, the Labour Commission is a directive to all of them. So if they are fixing to meet the Ministry of Finance, which is part of the directive, if they are enjoying the restoration of the allowance to originally suspended by the which also forms part of the deliberations and that flowing from the directive of the National Department. But what on the aside, call of the side and see the won't call of the. I mean, this is that that it was unfair, it was needless. Well, that is the statement. But from what I have out now to you, as the host of this program, which interviewing me, if you think of the judgment for you and I.
You mentioned that there was an agreement between the parties involved, and that if they leave and go and embark on these strike actions without resolving without listening to your part of your take on the whole situation, what was the original agreement between you that you think they walked away from or acted contrary to?
The National Labour Commission is not a part to the institution or the case they have. The case is between Junior Administration of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance, where we the salary, Ministry of Education, and the Ghana Special Education Commission. They are the parties. We are assisting them to settle, and in the bid to have their differences, fair wage and salary and this were asked to restore what they are and engage them if there is a need to make any changes to the allowance they had earlier on agreed. And that they talk about their pensions which government deducted and did not pay. The committee directed that it pays. Now it's not interest or penalty because the government defaulted. And the committee has agreed that yes, the law provides for it. It is only that, what do you call it, the payment that they have been directed to do. What else? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Fosa Samoa.
You see? So,
hello.
It's not like...
I lost you there for a second. Please go ahead.
Yes. What I'm saying is that...
Yeah.
They have a claim. Their pension has been deducted must pay. If there is a default, interest must be applied as the law provides. The commission agrees perfectly. It is where the two parties are not settling on the interest or penalty because the government is being negotiated with the union some time ago for preparing the interest and so on. And that is what the commission has given them the chance to settle within the period of review on the first and report back on the end. But whilst we are trying to settle on this, just go back. Because we have said that you have extended to the government and the money is at stake. So if you are settling on payment, why go on strike? You see? So it's like to pick and choose of the directives of the commission to obey. That is what I think that's wrong. That is wrong. That's a position.
But Mr. Fosu-Asamoah, why do you think these issues keep coming up? This is not the first time we are seeing something like this. What do you think, in your opinion, that is the cause of these issues?
We are in a human society. Problems will always come. That is why the commission, after report one issue, is not resolved. That is the problems will always come. And that is why we are there. So, and that's why that.
So that is why we have the Labour Commission, to liaise between these,
Only when parties are hearing before it competes is when we solve the issue and they will not come. But if we settle the issue for parties, you give an order, government says it doesn't do this, they don't do. Then the problem will keep on recurring. Because the solutions that are provided to solve the problem are not that simple. You go to the hospital, you are giving drugs, take 2 times a day. In the morning, afternoon, evening. You come home and you don't take the drugs. Don't take it to return to the hospital. You will, because you didn't adhere to the direction the doctor by examining and diagnosing the prescription. And this is what's happening. You have brought for ailment to the National Committee, Labour Commission by law. We have prescribed what medication for you. You go out there and say, I will take amoxicillin paracetamol. I will take instead of stress. And this, don't think you will come back again. That is what is happening. So our is Mr. Donko, a very good friend of mine. But I'm sure that this time we are going to defend you. Please, you are now that you are negotiating your payment, which you are entitled. You are entitled. So just let your followers or your members go to work. After the negotiation, you and your leadership, numbering less than, are there. So what is the whole of members doing? Closing the universities, closing down basic schools, making the parents and students respect this country. And by the way, the time that we are, because today is 2nd February, it will never come in. 2nd February 2024 will never come in our life. So what we do today, we may never do. Sometimes people say, we will make the time to do extra hours. The students are supposed to do 8 hours and rest. And if they got to lost it, you do 16 hours. You will be teaching the 16 hours. But can they absorb what you teach in the 16 hours? We should look at all. They are human beings. And even you want to do extra, are you not yourself? If you look at all that.
Mr. Fosu-Asamoah, please hold for me. Let me take Mr. Isaac Donko's thoughts on what you've said so far and some of your responses to their grievances. Mr. Isaac Donko, if you can hear me.
He's going to tell us he has heard me and he will comply.
Say again?
I hope he's going to say he has heard me and he will comply.
It doesn't appear, well, let me hear what he has to say and then we'll come back to you. Please hold for me. Mr. Isaac Donko.
Your call has been put on hold.
All right, Mr. Fosu-Asamoah, it doesn't appear, or some would say that you're not taking sides with these labor unions when your commission is actually set up to ensure that they have smooth operation, their course of work is smooth and their needs are met. This is you saying that, okay, Mr. Donko, I hear Mr. Donko is back on. Mr. Donko,
yes.
If you can hear me, how do you respond to some of the responses that Mr. Asamoah has given you so far?
Yeah, the network is so bad that I couldn't really hear you.
Yeah, pardon. We managed. Yeah.
Said, yes. So I don't know what to say.
He's saying that everything is going on well. Your decision to go on strike is still uncalled for, but you're working to resolve it, and that he's hoping that you say you've heard and return back to your posts.
Yeah, I think I've said it, and I'll repeat it again. Looking at the poster of yesterday, I know by Monday, today's strike will be a thing of the past. Let's hope so. As I said, we've made some proposals to government, and they have to get back to us. We also get to get back to them. So it will end. So nobody should worry so much. The children will soon go back to school.
Right. Mr. Asamoah, thank you so much, Mr. Donko. Mr. Asamoah, I was asking that it would appear that you are being a bit strict on these unions who are only crying for what's due them. Would you say that you're actively representing them or looking out for their interests? Hello, Mr. Ofosu Asamoah. Mr. Ofosu Asamoah. All right, it looks like we can reach them. But thank you so much, Mr. Isaac Donko, who is the National Chairman for Senior Staff Association. And we also spoke to Ofosu Asamoah, who is Executive Secretary of the National Labour Commission. Keep watching. There's more after this.